It was a perfect fall day, September 2nd, 2013. My husband and I packed up our little family into our SUV and headed north down the highway. We needed to escape the city, so we headed to the countryside. We had been to this particular spot a few times with my oldest son, but not since we became a family of 4. Today seemed like a perfect day to leave our bubble and breathe in this perfect day. I found a spot for my daughter and I to sit. It was underneath a large oak tree. I could see my son smiling and hear his laugh as my husband gave him a big push on the swing. Between underducks, my husband would look at me. He didn't have to say a word. I knew what he was asking. He wanted to know if our daughter had had a seizure. I responded with shaking my head with a no. After 3 months and 3 days of endless trips to emerge, countless seizures, and utter heartache, I could finally see through the fog. The first time my daughter had a seizure, she was 5 days old. I didn't know she was having one, a tiny little rhythmic jerk in her right arm. It looked innocent enough, but they kept happening. I knew something was wrong. My husband called our pediatrician and gave her the symptoms, and she told him to go straight to Emerge. Take an ambulance if you need. The 20-minute drive to the stollery felt like eternity. The triage nurse quickly assessed her, and within minutes we were rushed into a treatment room. Nurses, interns, and doctors formed a circle around my fragile little baby girl as she lay there in just a diaper, as they poked and prodded her tiny body. She looked cold and scared, and I just wanted to pick her up in a warm blanket of arms and tell her, "Mommy is here, everything is going to be okay." But all I could do is stand there, numb and helpless. The next 3 months were a blur. Twice a day I had to force myself to inject poison inside my tiny baby. I had no choice. We needed the storm within her brain to stop, or we could lose her. Those days were consumed with watching and analyzing every movement she made. Were her eyes supposed to move like that? Was that jerk a seizure, or was she having a bad dream? I wished more than anything to just lie next to her and adore her as she was sleeping, but I couldn't. I had the torturing task of waiting for the next electrical storm to strike her brain. Why? Why is this happening? Please just make them stop. September 2nd, 2013. The storm inside her brain stopped. On that beautiful day in September, I was drawn to that grand oak tree. At the time, I didn't acknowledge the immense relationship I had with that oak. I never admired how each tree, like each human, is unique and beautiful in their own way. Both are vulnerable to disease and injury, and both have innate capacity to thrive. That day underneath that mighty oak, my daughter began to grow again. She would be no ordinary oak. She would be a tree like no other. She turns 5 years old in May. I love her smile and the sound of her laugh and that squeal she does when she's super excited. I love watching her as she dances to her favorite songs, smiling and clapping to her own beat. I love her determination to walk and to communicate. She has so much to teach this world and so much strength to achieve her dreams. I have a wonderful family who were there for us in our darkest days and our brightest. Our amazing team at Grit for their unconditional love and support they have given to me and my daughter. I will always call them family. To my friends who never left my side and to the new ones I have made. You have made our roots stronger, our branches taller, and we bloom a little more every day because you're a part of our forest.